What works besides OJT, the old-fashioned on-the-job training?
Oh, I thought we were supposed to talk about something else. I thought we were supposed to talk about lunch. I thought we were talking about
I was like John yesterday, like 4 hours into it. I'll tell you, this is funny because we were talking about the hard hat stickers, and John goes, "Oh yeah, that's just like the Bulldogs have the bones on the back of their helmets." And I'm like, "Well, I said that 4 hours ago." Okay.
We're there.
So, what? Yes, ma'am.
Good old John.
Nick and David both said, they've shown their people what to do, let them do it, and then review that. So it was a
Exactly.
three-part component, and then along those three components, they said developing a personal relationship with that person with parameters, but one of the main goals of that was also to figure out how that person learns best. And so I had all I did was take dictation.
She's just a note taker.
That's all I
Gotcha.
did.
Yeah, one of the keys here is, in the art of delegation, and we'll talk about this in our time management discussion, I'm going to hand off to you, you're going to do my submittals, my change orders, put a schedule together, but do we ever kind of come back and recap? And I know, once again, it's all about the time, Greg. I don't have time. Thank you for this. Appreciate it. I got to go to a meeting. But it's incumbent upon us, on the delegator, to provide feedback. There's that word, feedback loop. This is what you did well. This is where you need to improve. This is how you get better. And close that loop. Otherwise, it's not like the, that chicken roaster. You set it and forget it. No. We need to provide good dialogue throughout. What's another thing that we could be doing? How many of you have a mentor in this organization that is not your boss? I can tell you a lot of your peer group has some sort of a program. Now, not everybody in the company is a mentor. Now, there are probably some people we don't want to mentor people. On the other hand, what's that?
Define mentor.
Mentor is someone that provides advice, coaching, kind of your go-to, but may not be your direct supervisor. You could have a mentor that is a direct supervisor, but sometimes you may go, well, I'm not going to tell them this because they may look at me funny, or I might not get a raise, so I may be a little more guarded, versus someone I can kind of almost sit on the couch and bare my soul
I
with.
think everybody has that at work.
Good. Some people have formalized it and said, okay, our mentor panels are these 5 folks. And any new person we get in, you're going to be paired up with one of those 5. And then there's a point in time where you kind of release to the wild. That doesn't mean you don't get to go back and ask them questions, but you have that bond with somebody. That's another way. I also think, above and beyond the training we're doing here, folks, you all are the best trainers in the business. I'm not. Having you guys teach this stuff, not maybe leadership and management, but subject matter expertise. For instance, what to do and not to do when building a movie theater, what to do and not to do when pouring concrete, what not to do when you're doing steel erection or renovations. Each one of you has a storehouse of knowledge up here, but it needs to be kind of percolated through the rest of the masses for us organizationally to get it. And that's another way to do it. These are all pretty easy things, but once again, it takes time, and it takes someone to lead it and make it happen. Or, as we just talked about a few moments ago, to follow through. So if this looks familiar, it's because I took my own stuff and plagiarized it. This is all 8 of the items we've spent the past few hours going through in detail. So now you can adequately grade yourself. So for that focus on others, you kind of have a score. Let's say you gave yourself, I think, what were there, 5 parameters? If you want to make it easy, if you gave yourself 36, multiply that by 2, that's what, 7.2? That's your score there. But the rest of them, objectively grade yourself. Objectively grade yourself. Once again, through the concept of 1 to 10, but I'm less concerned about the score. I mean, some people like scores because it helps them, but a number's a number, folks. what are you going to do differently starting tomorrow? So if you gave yourself a 2 on one of these categories, what are you going to do differently when it comes to developing talent? And don't just say, well, I'm going to develop talent. Okay? But how are you going to go about doing it? What are you going to do? So take a few moments to objectively grade yourself and score yourself.